I knew something was wrong the second I walked in. The house was quiet. Too quiet. Not the normal kind of quiet either. No TV in the background, no hum from the fridge, no air moving through the vents. Just silence. The kind that makes you feel like you're not alone. I stood there for a second with my keys still in my hand, listening, waiting for something, anything, but nothing came. That's when I noticed it. My bedroom door was open. Not wide open, just enough. A few inches, and that's what made it worse. Because I always close it. Always. I don't even think about it anymore. It's just something I do, every time I leave. So seeing it like that, barely open, it didn't feel like I forgot. It felt like something else had opened it. I told myself I was overthinking, that I probably left it that way without realizing it. But something in my chest said otherwise. I started walking down the hallway slowly. Each step felt louder than it should have, like the house was too quiet to absorb the sound. And halfway down, I heard it. A soft thump from inside my room. I froze, didn't move, didn't breathe, just listened. My heart started pounding so hard I could hear it in my ears. I tried to tell myself it was something small. Maybe something fell. Maybe I left something on the edge of the dresser. But I knew that wasn't it, because it sounded controlled, like it wasn't an accident, like something made that noise on purpose. I should have left. I should have turned around and walked right back out the front door. But I didn't. I kept going, slow, careful. Like if I moved too fast, whatever was in there would know. When I reached the door, I stopped again. I could feel something on the other side, not see it, not hear it, just feel it. Like the air was heavier, like I wasn't supposed to be there. I reached out and pushed the door open, slowly. It creaked just a little, and I flinched at the sound. The room looked normal. At first, bed was made, nothing on the floor, window closed, curtains still, no movement, nothing obvious. But something felt off. I stepped inside, and that's when I saw it. My closet door was cracked open, just enough to see darkness inside. And I know for a fact I left it shut. Not cracked, not open. Shut. I stood there staring at it, trying to decide what to do. Every instinct I had was telling me to leave. Right now. Don't check. Don't look. Just go. But I didn't listen. I took a step closer, then another. The closer I got, the darker it looked inside. Like the light from my room didn't reach it, like it was deeper than it should have been. I stopped right in front of it, close enough to reach out, close enough to open it. My hand was shaking, I could feel it. And I remember thinking, if there's nothing in there, you're going to feel stupid. But if there was something, I didn't even finish that thought. I reached forward, slowly, and right before my fingers touched the door, it moved from the inside, just a little, like something pulled it. I froze instantly, every muscle locked up. My brain went completely quiet. No thoughts, just fear. I stared at the gap, waiting, hoping I imagined it. Then slowly, the door creaked open another inch, and I saw it, a hand wrapped around the inside edge, pale, still, holding the door, like whoever it belonged to was waiting, watching. I couldn't move. I couldn't even breathe. All I could do was stare at it, because that hand wasn't supposed to be there. And the worst part, it started to pull the door open wider. It didn't happen all at once. At first, it was small things, the kind you brush off, the kind you don't even tell anyone about because it sounds stupid, like thinking you saw something move. But when you look again, it's gone. That's how it started for me. With the mirror in my hallway. It's nothing special. Just a full-length mirror mounted on the wall between my bedroom and the bathroom. I've walked past it 1,000 times. Never thought twice about it. Until one night. I was heading to bed, lights off, just using my phone to see. And as I walked past the mirror, I caught something out of the corner of my eye. I stopped, took a step back, looked straight at it. Nothing. Just me, standing there, phone in my hand, looking tired. I stared at it for a few seconds, then laughed it off. Told myself it was just my eyes playing tricks on me, and I went to bed. But the next night, it happened again. Same spot, same time. I walked past, and something moved. This time I didn't wait. I turned immediately, fast, like I was trying to catch it. But again, nothing, just me, perfectly still, looking back at myself. That's when it started to bother me, because it wasn't random. It was happening in the same place, at the same time. So the third night, I stopped in front of the mirror on purpose, just stood there, watching myself, waiting. A full minute went by, nothing. 2 minutes, still nothing. I started to feel stupid again, like I was making something out of nothing. So I shook my head, turned away, and started walking toward my bedroom. And that's when I saw it, in the reflection. My body had turned, but my reflection hadn't. It was still facing forward, looking straight at me. I froze. Slowly, I turned my head back toward the mirror, and when I did, it snapped back into place, like nothing happened, like it had always been normal. I didn't sleep that night. I kept telling myself there had to be an explanation, some kind of delay, lighting, my eyes, anything. But deep down, I knew what I saw. So the next night, I tested it. I stood in front of the mirror again, and I moved my hand, slowly, up and down, watching carefully. And for a second, just a split second, it lagged behind, not perfectly in sync, just enough to notice. That's when my stomach dropped, because mirrors don't lag, they don't hesitate, they don't think, they just reflect, exactly, every time. But this one didn't, and I swear. Right before I walked away, it smiled. Not me, it just a little, like it knew I noticed, and that's when I covered it, blanket, taped over the edges. Didn't want to see it again, didn't want to deal with it. But here's the part I can't explain. The next morning, the blanket was on the floor, and the mirror was uncovered, facing my bed, like something wanted me to see it. So now I don't look at it anymore. I don't walk past it at night. I don't even turn that hallway light off. Because I have this feeling, if I look at it again, it's not going to copy me anymore. It's going to do something first. So let me ask you something. What would you do if your reflection didn't move when you did? And if you're into stories like this, subscribe to Insomniac Stories. Just don't watch them alone. It started with the noise, not loud, not obvious, just small. The kind of sound you almost ignore, like something settling or wood shifting. At least that's what I told myself. The first time I heard it, I was laying in bed trying to fall asleep, and right as everything went quiet, there it was, a soft step directly above me. I opened my eyes, listened, nothing, just silence again. So I rolled over, pulled the blanket up, and tried to forget about it. But the next night, it happened again. Same time, same spot, a step, then another, slow, deliberate, like someone walking across the ceiling. I sat up this time, just staring at the ceiling, waiting, hoping it would stop, but it didn't. It kept going, one step at a time, right above my room, and that's when I realized something that didn't make sense. I don't have an upstairs, just an attic, and no one goes up there, not me, not anyone. It's been sealed since I moved in, or at least, I thought it was. I didn't sleep that night. I just laid there, listening, until it finally stopped. But the next morning, I went looking. There's a small hatch in the hallway ceiling. You need a step stool to even reach it. And I remember standing under it, just staring, trying to convince myself I was being stupid, that there was no way anyone could be up there. But something felt off, so I grabbed a chair, climbed up, and pushed it open, slowly, carefully. The smell hit me first. Old wood, dust, something stale. I lifted myself just enough to look inside. It was dark, too dark to see anything. So I grabbed my phone and turned on the flashlight. And that's when I saw it. Footprints in the dust, fresh, leading from one side to the other. I froze, because those weren't there before. They couldn't have been. No one had been up there. I climbed back down immediately, closed the hatch, locked every door in the house, told myself I'd call someone, maybe a friend, maybe the police. But I didn't. I sat there for hours, trying to convince myself there was an explanation. Until that night. Because that night, the footsteps didn't stay in the attic. They moved. From above me, to the hallway. And then, I heard something I'll never forget. Right outside my bedroom door. A slow, dragging sound. Like something moving across the floor. I couldn't move. Couldn't breathe. All I could do was stare at the door, waiting. And then, the handle moved. Just slightly, like someone was testing it. And that's when I realized something. Those footprints in the attic, they didn't just go across. They stopped. Right above my room. So let me ask you something. If you heard footsteps above you, and you know no one's supposed to be there, would you go check? I thought it was over. After everything that happened, the closet, the mirror, the attic, I started locking everything, checking every room before bed, every night, making sure I was alone, and eventually, things got quiet again. No noises, no movement, no feeling like I was being watched. For the first time in weeks, I finally relaxed. I started sleeping again, stopped thinking about it, told myself it was all in my head, just stress, overthinking. But then one night, something small happened, something I almost ignored. I was brushing my teeth, and I noticed my toothbrush was wet. Not damp, wet, like it had just been used. I stood there staring at it, trying to remember if I had used it already, but I hadn't. I had just picked it up. I even checked the sink, dry, no water, no drops, nothing. I told myself I must have rinsed it earlier, forgot about it. Went to bed, but the next night, it happened again. Same thing. Toothbrush. Wet. And that's when I started noticing more. Small things, things out of place. A chair slightly moved. A cabinet not fully closed. Lights I don't remember turning off. At first I kept explaining it away, trying to stay calm, but deep down, I knew something wasn't right. So I did something I should have done from the beginning. I set up my phone, left it recording overnight, pointed right at my bedroom door, just in case. I didn't expect to catch anything. Honestly, I thought I'd wake up and feel stupid for even trying, but I didn't. The next morning, I checked the footage. At first, nothing. Just me sleeping, not moving. Room completely still. And then, at 3:17 a.m., the door opened, slowly, no sound, just enough to let something in. I leaned closer to the screen, heart pounding, waiting, and then I saw it, a figure standing in the doorway, not moving, just watching me. For minutes, 5, 10, I don't even know how long. It just stood there, like it was studying me. And then, it walked in, slow, careful, like it knew exactly where everything was. It moved past the camera, out of frame, and then the worst part, it didn't leave. The door never opened again. It never walked back out. It just stayed, somewhere in the room, somewhere I couldn't see. I didn't sleep there again. I packed what I could and left that same day, didn't go back, didn't try to explain it, didn't try to understand it. Because there's only one thing that makes sense. It wasn't something that got in, it was something that was already there. And it was just waiting. So let me ask you something. If you saw something like that on your camera, and it never left, would you go back inside? And if you're into stories like this, subscribe to Insomniac Stories. Just remember, some things don't follow you. They stay.